Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing well. Today we're looking at some sort of situation that's probably pretty prevalent in your life and someone that you're dealing with in this situation. So we're going to be looking about how your person feels about the situation, why they're feeling this way, the action that they're likely to take towards you, what they hope to accomplish by this action. Then we're going to take a look at how you're feeling, action you're likely to take, and the future of this situation. And my goal here is to help get you a little bit of clarity, possibly a new perspective, and just ultimately help you act in your highest good in dealing with this situation, because nobody wants bad karma. Bad karma sucks. Just gonna shuffle just a little bit more. Interesting. Judgment card and Ace of Cups just fell out there. So it's kind of like being divinely guided to something new. Possibly some kind of wake-up call. But we'll see. Let's cut your deck. There. Like it. And then we'll get the rest of your cards, and then we'll get into this. I like it. I like it a lot. Middle card here, driving force to the heart of the matter, the bottom of the deck, is Temperance. You are looking for balance. Again, that element of being divinely guided, but looking for some peace. I think also Temperance comes also with a message of everything in moderation. You know what I mean? Bottom of the deck we have is Queen of Cups. So I don't know if you're kind of being led to be an ear for someone, or just being guided to, it's weird to say, but have a little bit more moderation in those that you help and listen to. That's a weird message. That's not going to be for everyone. But it is a general message, so take it as it resonates. Your person is feeling in this Nine of Pentacles that I think that they've got just everything well in hand. There is a sense of independence here. They can take care of themselves. Not that they don't need help, but I think it's weird that I'm getting this coming through, because that's not what this card means, but I am getting also being a little too proud to ask for help. Again, that's for some of you, not all of you. So why they're feeling this way is the Knight of Pentacles. And I think it's just because that they've been doing this journey for a really long time. I get the feeling that they've always kind of had to budget their time, budget their skills, and really just know how to find the finish line. It's so weird, the energy coming through. It's almost like reverse pentacle energy here. Like if I were to get a reversed like Knight or King of Pentacles, I do feel like there would be a little bit of stubborn pride there, you know, and that's kind of what's coming through. So the action that they'll take towards you based on these feelings, and this does make sense. Ten of Swords. They might end things, it might be a little dramatic, it might very well be overkill, but again, if they do kind of sense that their pride is on the line, that their ego is on the line, I do feel like they are, I don't feel like they're well equipped to really handle getting in touch with those feelings, you know. I get the feeling that there has been a suppression of some emotions from them. Let's clarify that Ten of Swords, though. Yeah. Seven of Swords in reverse. It's more of a self-sabotaging energy that's coming through. Like, they don't really know how to deal with these thoughts and these feelings, so they would just rather end it, you know, rather than deal with it. They would just rather say, screw this, I'm done, you know. The Devil card has come out. King of Wands in reverse has come out. So again, there is that feeling of, I think, needing to check their own ego at the door, needing to really recognize that it's okay to accept help, you know? It's really unfortunate that they would rather just end something rather than try and have a bit of personal growth, you know what I mean? Because it does feel like resisting those sorts of things. What they hope to accomplish is Eight of Cups. Yeah, like literally just drive you away or walk away themselves. And it almost feels like walk away without an argument. Like they just want it to be done. So whatever they say, whatever they do, I think they're going to do it in such a way that it cuts, and it cuts deep. Which, again, I don't really like, because I do see that you have offered help, right? I do see that you have offered some compassion and some empathy to be a shoulder to cry on, but I think that might also just be where that sense of needing to find a little bit of moderation in that has come. Like, I think they're getting a little fed up. I think you've really poked at their ego. I think they feel that they're well equipped to handle that. And whether or not that is true, continuing to poke at that and prod at that is really pissing them off, for lack of a better word. You know, they don't really want to do this anymore. So you're feeling Ace of Wands. It's getting you a little agitated as well, a little bit frustrated, a little bit more impassioned to just be like, no, accept my help. And again, that's where that sense of have a little bit of moderation in this is coming from. The action that you're likely to take here is 10 of Cups. It feels like you're just going to keep pushing. Like, you're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And I get that. You are a water sign. You want them to acknowledge that it's okay. You are a shoulder to cry on. You're here for them, you know? You're here for them. But again, I think that they've been at this so long and they've been at it alone that they don't need or want help. They don't want to acknowledge that they do need help. And again, there's this sense of it being self-sabotage, that they might very well need help, but they are damned and determined to do it on their own. So I don't know that there's really much that you can do here, Cancer, outside of just back off a little bit. The future of this is 9 of Wands. It probably is going to come to some words, you know, there probably is going to be some kind of argument. And again, tarot is fluid, right? Everyone has free will. If you don't like this outcome, try something different, you know? Maybe don't keep pushing, don't keep reassuring them, you know? Just dial it back a little bit, I guess. Clarify this 9 of Wands, please. It feels like it's kind of going to be a setback. I want to say being pushed back. Again, harsh words, not really nice things being said. It's probably not the message that you want to hear, but let me try something. I haven't really done this for anyone else yet. In order to get a more favorable outcome for this person, what should Cancer try instead of the 10 of Cups? And I'm doing this with a completely fresh deck. That's an interesting take. What you've had come out here is Ace of Swords, so this is a conversation for sure. But it's come out here with the shadow side, and in the Witch's Tarot, the shadow side is the Devil. So it's almost like being upfront and honest and saying, look, you're kind of sabotaging yourself right here. honestly, it feels like the harsh truth being spoken. Can you tell me a little bit more? The Ace of Swords and the Devil. Yeah. It's really again, bringing a sense of, like, look at what you're doing to yourself, almost. The Six of Cups. This isn't who you've always been. I know, even though you've been through it and you can take care of yourself, just because you always have doesn't mean you have to continue. Like, I am offering honest to goodness help. I have resources, I can help you, and it's okay to accept these sorts of things. Like, it really does feel like cold, hard, honest truth with the Queen of Swords here. But I feel like you're going to say it in a way that is still respectful and still kind of leaves their dignity intact. Or you should try, right? Rather than, it's weird to say this, but rather than keep pushing, it's almost like you need to come at this person and just be like, look, you're kind of being an idiot. You're hindering yourself more than you're doing any good. I can help you. I want to help you, and it's okay to accept that help. Now, I do want to say that this person will probably get defensive. They probably will, like, run, like, not talk to you for a little bit, because we do have the Four of Pentacles and the Hangman under the deck. But I do think they are going to give some serious consideration to what you would say in that case. Like, if you try this instead, they're going to probably look a little bit better at their options and realize that they are kind of not coming at this the way that they should. I do like that the King of Pentacles ends up being here, because that is absolutely a leveling up from the Knight, and it kind of recognizes what their shortcomings are and have been, so that they can, you know, adjust accordingly. It's it's really weird that rather than trying to be nice and happy and supportive, Spirit is just saying, look, just tell them like it is. Like, tell them they're being an idiot. Tell them strongly and firmly but respectfully that, you know what I mean? That you're not going to accept their crap. You know that they are sabotaging themselves, and they have a history of doing so. It's really weird. I want to see the future then, if they follow the cold hard truth, the reality check kind of method of things. I like that better. A lot of stuff has come out here. I will say, coming out kind of separately from this other small pile that has come out, these came out face down. They are the High Priestess and the Four of Cups. You do know, if you take this chance, that there is obviously every chance in the world that they don't heed your advice. People do that. Again, there is free will. Spirit is saying that that's a risk you should be willing to take, which is interesting. I do see that there is going to be some anxiety here, and there is going to be a little bit of overthinking, mental challenges, mental blocks that they do need to overcome. But the future is that they do kind of reset, for lack of a better word. They do kind of see from your perspective, and they recognize that there might be a better direction to go. They could lose some of their baggage, you know, rather than carrying along this big pack and all these pentacles and that horse. Maybe it's fine to just take a few things, you know. It definitely feels like this is leaving some more of that baggage behind and being happier for it, you know. So, I mean, it's up to you. Like I said, everyone does have free will. You can choose whatever you want, but I will have to say, like, I mean, what's a better option here? The Nine of Wands or the Fool and the Sun? Again, your choice. Do with that as you will. I will get you some oracle cards here, Cancer. We'll get you a couple Moonology to start with. Or one. literally the one. It immediately fell out and they're like, done. Believe in the impossible. If you think that this isn't going to work, I mean, who says? You say. But are you right? You know? And at the bottom here, it does feel more like this is their energy. What do they need to release? What do they need to let go of? You know? It does feel like something, and it does feel like it needs to be a little bit of ego and a little bit of pride. Let's get you spirit animal as well for Cancer in this situation, please. I like this. Bottom of the deck is Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. So whichever you choose, it's here. I thought there were 2 cards. There's actually 3. Firmly hidden behind Whale Spirit, Trust the Great Mystery, was Moth Spirit, Surrender Now. So, like, don't try to control this person. Don't try to control their actions. I really just feel, tell them like it is. You know? Trust that it's going to work out. I do feel like Spirit is recommending this option, the Witch's Tarot option. But again, it's up to you. You also have Otter Spirit. You are never alone. I think you need to remind this person that they are not alone and you are here for them. Because I feel like you want to be, and I feel like you are, and I feel like they're pushing you away. Okay? That's what I have for you, Cancer. Not an easy message, and I don't think that this person is going to make this situation any easier by the look of things, but it's really just their own ego talking, their own self-image, self-worth, and all of that. So I wish you all the best in dealing with this situation. If this resonated, please drop a like, comment, or subscribe, whatever works for you. Either one of those options, just let me know as a tarot reader that I've tapped into your energies, which is very important for me because I do strive to give the most accurate message that I possibly can, right? Because I do want you guys to come out of life at your highest good, at your highest vibration. So I wish you the very best in this situation. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one.